Alright, welcome to Everlasting Summer. This is a free game on Steam that, it's a visual novel. And I did say that I was gonna start, like, reading things and stuff. But yeah, new game. Let's get into it. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Same thing every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning, as usual. Maybe it's for the best. You know what else is for the best? Turning this fucking game down. I'm sorry. Maybe it's for the best. Only a glimpse of memory will remain of gates half open, as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pioneers standing close by. And also that strange girl, who keeps asking me... What? Oh! Will you come with me? Come? But where? On your face? And why? And where am I, anyway? Of course, if it all happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Well, what else would one expect to feel? But this is just a dream. The same one I see every night. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening. Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real. As real as things in my own flat, I could open the gates, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling glass away with my hand, inhale the fresh cool air and shiver from the cold. I could, but to do that I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand. This is a dream. I understand that, but what of it? What does my understanding change? Because here it's just like on the other side of the cracked screen of an old TV. It struggles to fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. Okay, this static is pissing me off. But the picture is getting blurry. Yeah, I must be waking up soon. Dots. You better wake up fast, bitch. Maybe I should ask her something. No, you better wake up. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. Should be so surprised. Or better, why the dot over an I was called a title, but dot over a J was called a superscript dot. Nice letters. As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the Magellanic Clouds, as if I'd ended up in the southern hemisphere. Dots. In a dream, there are all the small things that catch your attention. An unnatural color of grass, possible curves of straight lines, or your own distorted reflection, while the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it for sure, I've done it hundreds of times. But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? Should ask the girl. She's local, she should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. One strange bird it is. Though it doesn't matter. Dots. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer. It's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Oh, I choose? I mean, the whole point of me, like, reading this shit is a, yes, I'll come with you, right? Every time, it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? Why does so much of my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's a dream. It's just a dream, after all. Just a dream. Can you stop the static shit? Thank you. Is that a Razer keyboard? Sponsor. I don't know. What the fuck are you looking up? Lazy Town? The computer screen stared at me as if it was alive. With Lazy Town on it, it struck me as amazing. Lazy Town was my shit when I was growing up. Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, and its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings, could love and suffer. As if, in our relationship, the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textilite. There is some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind? Wanting to start again? Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ or Jabber, forums even more rarely. Okay. People on the other end of the internet cable simply do not exist. All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code or a kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. Huh. What's this? It's too blurry, I can't see it. Oh, it's a chandelier. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and psychologists would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnosis and maybe write me a doctor's referral to the Lonely Ben. What are these buttons that I'm seeing? I don't know. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it. And always the same view out the window on the gray megalopolis running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Well, of course it didn't all start like this. I was born, went to school and finished it like all the others. Well, some. I was accepted at a university where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well. Sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living life to its fullest. It was looping over and over in monotonous circles. Like in the movie Groundhog Day. Good movie. I see what he did there. That was a good simile. It's just that I had no choice in how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, the same vicious spiral. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. This deep. That's some deep stuff, man. For the last few years, I just sat in front of a screen all day. Sometimes there were menial jobs. Sometimes my parents helped me. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder, really, since my needs are quite minor. I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists of online correspondence with the anonymous, who have no real name, no gender, no age. So, in a brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of this time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale without doomsday-related visions. Maybe some highly respected author. What? Oh, maybe some highly respected author will write a novel about me, and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Is that how you spell author? I don't know. Or I will write one myself. It's a great idea. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times but couldn't even come up with a simple short story. Tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw. Programming. Got bored. Foreign languages. Takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading. Still, I never would have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and a grandmaster of flame internet jokes. If I were to get paid for it, I'd probably be a happier person, and a rich person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. It's deep. Today was another typical day of a typical failur's typical life. Jesus Christ, dude. Today is a day where I have to go to my university reunion. Frankly speaking, I really didn't want to go. What was the point? The time I spent with them was so short. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate and one of the few with whom I kept in touch other than through the internet. Go to the fucking university. Time travel. More time travel. Is that me? A frosty evening. But stop. Waiting. I never liked winter. Though hot summer is not my season either. It's just that I see no reason to point out any particular time of the year. Doesn't matter much what the weather is outside when you stay at home 24/7. It was today it was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles for a taxi. Rubles is the currency in some states, I'm pretty sure. I've heard of that. The idea of just returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. Such a thought that you could bring into existence, give a shape, turn to an idea, and put it into practice. Maybe I could start my own business. But where would I get the money from? There's a baby in the background. Or maybe I could go back to working in an office. No way. Maybe I should try freelancing. What skills do I have and who would want me after all? I suddenly remember my childhood. Or rather, my teen years, the time when I was 15 to 17 years old. Why exactly those years? No idea. I guess it's because back then everything was much more simple. It was easier to make decisions. So complicated now and so simple then. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and always eagerly looked forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have time for the things I liked. Computer, football, going out with friends. And then, at the beginning of next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there were no such worrying questions like why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. Simple lifestyle, so casual for any normal person and so odd to myself today. That careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. Her appearance and personality have vanished from my memory. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and protect her. Sadly, it didn't last long. Today I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I'd probably like to meet a girl, but don't know how to start a conversation. What on earth to discuss and how to attract her? Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. But where can I meet one anyway? The sound of an engine brought me back to reality. A bus pulled over. There was something abnormal about it, though, I thought. Then again, it doesn't matter. Only the 410 runs this route. Yep, the bus is 410. I like the setting of this. It's actually pretty neat. What the hell? Streetlights pass me by. It's as if they're cold light sparks inside of me, trying to ignite feelings long dead. Or maybe not ignite, just awaken them. 'Cause those feelings, they have been living in me for a long time, slumbering and waking up again. The driver's radio was playing some very familiar tune, but I wasn't listening to it. I was watching the cars passing by through the fogged up window. 'Cause people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little worlds. Why would they care about mine? Probably have their own serious problems. Maybe they have much easier lives. Can't know for sure, since all people are different. Where are they? Sometimes someone's actions can easily be predicted, but if you try to look inside his soul, you only see impenetrable darkness. That's deep. Jesus. Dots. Yeah. The bus was approaching downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Hundreds of billboards, thousands of cars, millions of people. I watched this light show, and somehow I got terribly sleepy. My eyes closed for a moment, and then... Please don't go back to the fuzzy screen. Whoa! Animations! It's moving! Don't do drugs, kids. What the... Oh. Hey. I can't read that. Oh. Hey. Oh. Okay. Stop it. She has a pedo bear. Haruka. Oh! Hey! Stop it. Muki, you naughty bastard. And somebody in the front. Everlasting summer. Day 1. Wow. Can I save? Holy shit, I can. Okay. Bright daylight struck my eyes. First I didn't pay attention as I wasn't fully awake yet. On their own, my legs carried me towards the door. Simeon. Damn, looks like I fell asleep and missed my stop. But there was no door. I looked around the bus and realized that it wasn't a good old worn out Lias. It said the bus was an Icarus model, a new one. I froze in shock. How? What? Am I dead? Have I been kidnapped? No, I must be dead. Patted myself down feverishly, slapped myself painfully in the face a few times. Banged my forehead on the back of one of the bus's seats. It's clear, either I'm still alive or you can still feel pain when you're dead. But how could this happen? Maybe I slept for too long and ended up at the bus depot. Or maybe you got raped and you're just tripping on ecstasy. 'Cause who falls asleep on a bus? And then what? Did they put me onto another bus? I rushed out and took a look around. Greenery wherever I looked, tall grass on the roadside, trees, flowers. Summer! Jesus Christ! But how? It was winter just a moment ago. My head was aching unbearably, as if it was going to explode. Slowly I began to remember. Tits. Slowly you began to remember that you were tripping on acid? A long road running off in the distance. Forests, plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. I think I was sleeping, but then how can I remember all of it? And then, a gap. Some girl leaning over me. She softly whispered in my ear. Then a gap again. And then I woke up here. Who was that strange girl? Or was she just a dream? For some reason thinking about her made me feel better and calmed me down a little. Felt warmth all over coming from the inside. Gonna be her who brought me here. Then I need to find her. The best place to look for her is away from here. Is it though? I rushed to the left, then to the right, then stopped, hesitating over where to go. Finally I ran in the direction from the bus I'd probably come. Dots. More dots. Physical exercise does refresh one's mind. Thoughts become clearer, and it gets a little easier to evaluate the surrounding reality. Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside, wheezing and trying to ease my sore throat by gulping breaths of hot air. In any case, the run did its job. The fear withdrew for a while. Maybe I really am just dreaming. Though recalling my self-harm on the bus, I immediately rejected the idea. I am neither dreaming nor dead. A narrow road ran through the field and far into the distance. A narrow road ran... Oh wait. My bad. That exact same road from my dream. I must be very far away from home. And it's not just that it was winter yesterday and summer now. It's the whole environment. Of course, summer is usually like this, green and hot. But here everything is not entirely lifelike. Everything looks like it was taken from the paintings of Russian landscape artists of the 19th century. The grass is just too lush. The bushes are not like what bushes should be. They're so thick that you can't see anything through them, like treetops, honestly. And the trees themselves, forest was quite far away, but the trees looked as if they had closed their ranks and were now just waiting for their order to advance onto the fields and plains. I caught my breath and looked at the bus, which was now barely visible. That was a good run. Fear overtook me once again. Those power lines. There must be people here. Well, no shit. But what does it mean? In fact, that means nothing at all. Couldn't they have power lines even in hell? Are you kidding me? You're an idiot. Roasting sinners over hot coils. That's so last century. I must have reached a point of no return, after which you should either lose your mind completely or finally try to understand what is going on. And while I still have a choice, I should pick the second option. Yeah, I slowly headed back to the bus. Of course, it was scary, but I'm not likely to find an answer in the fields or the woods. This wretched bucket of balls is the only kind of link that I have with the real world. Dots. I should carefully scout the area, 'cause this is my dream and I don't realize that yet. The only thing missing really is the owl. What? What? Means owlet? The fuck do you mean? A brick wall and its gates crowned crowned with the owlet sign. Statues of pioneers standing on either side and a road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. Trip's taken a bit too long today. I smirked. Person may start acting inappropriately in extreme situations. Something like that is probably happening to me now. This place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls. That word. What could have a name like that? Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kid's summer camp. Moreover, it appears to be open. Of course, the simplest explanation, logically speaking, it explains nothing at all. Strange girl, the altered bus, summer, pioneer camp. Thousands of theories went through my mind instantly, from alien abduction to lethargic sleep, from a hallucinating... Oh my god, I cannot speak. From hallucination to a time and space shift. None was worse than any other, but there was really no way to pick a single one. Then it occurred to me, I could try to make a phone call. Took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list. No service. Shit. But instead of single-strength bars, the screen was showing a thick cross. What? Alright, there may be no signal in such a remote place. Though I cannot be the only one who came here. Buses don't drive themselves. I examined the bus from all sides to make sure that it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust in there, faded paint, and went out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly. The kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding, if you care. Honestly, fall asleep. Gave a nervous chuckle. Came out by itself, sporadically. 'Cause this wasn't the right place or time to laugh. But where on earth is the driver? Masturbating furiously, in the back. Cautiously sat down on the curb beside the bus and started to wait. Dots. My patience didn't last long. My anxiety seemed to have reached its peak and I started to go slightly mad. In such a situation, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness. Is this how everything will end? How my life will end? But I wanted to do so much. There's so many things that I had no time for yet. Like upload that picture I took a Tom and posted on Facebook. I was overwhelmed by the idea this was definitely the end. But why? It's no fair. Surely I'm no worse than anyone else. God, why? What the fuck? Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Dude. Why? What did I do? Why me? But my cries were only heard by the speechless statues of the pioneers, and a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped its wings and took off, crying out something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dinner nap. I was left breathless from weeping and just lay quietly sobbing occasionally. Fuck off, Skype. Dots. After a while I managed to pull myself together. My mind cleared up a bit as if terror and the fear of death gave me a little break. All in all, if someone wanted to kill me, what is all this for? Doesn't look like an experiment either. This is just some crazy coincidence, and then there's probably no threat. Anyway, for now it seems there's no danger. The panic was soon gone. Of course, the blood was still pounding my temples and my hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now. Right now. There's nothing I can really change anyway. So no matter how much I think or how mad I get, it'll only make things worse. Till some actual facts appear, there's really no point in making guesses. In any case, I won't learn anything by lounging about here. This camp, if of course it really is a camp, looked like the only place where people could be, so I decided to go there, and hardly had I reached the gates when a girl came out from behind them, wearing a pioneer uniform. You sexy beast. My logic didn't let me down this time. What the hell did I just do? Then again, a pioneer uniform in the 21st century. Then again, a girl here. I froze, unable to take a step. It felt very much like running away. Running as far away I could from this place. Far from this bus, gates, statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta. Just running, free like the wind, faster and faster, waving to the planets passing by, winking at the galaxies. Running, becoming a pulsar ray and turning into vestigial radiation, running to face the unknown. Run no matter where, as long as it is far away from this place. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled. Could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with fear. Human instincts work independent of consciousness, and while only 5% of the brain is responsible for a cognitive process, the remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular, ensuring stable functioning of the hormonal system. Don't tell me you're getting a hard-on while looking at this chick, right? I desperately wanted to get less complicated and stop thinking in formal clothes from an encyclopedia, though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid, out of place, as if taken from an internal monologue of the hero of some junky softcover crime fiction book. Pretty Slavic face, long braids that looked like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, blue eyes you could drown in. Pioneer girl. Hi. You must have just arrived. Really? I'm replying to the bitch. Yeah. Alright then, welcome. Jesus Christ, that's some long hair. She smiled broadly. Did the carpets match the drapes, sweetie? Strange, it looked as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. Shouldn't have returned here. The woods and fields seem better. What shall I do next? Try speaking with her as if she was human, or run away, or what? Blood was pounding unbearably in my head, tearing it apart from the inside. A little bit more and the poor pioneer girl would be splattered with the gruesome contents of my skull. What's so funny about that? What? The girl looked me over. Sent shivers down my spine and my ears started to tremble. Nothing. Great then. Great. What's so great about that? Suddenly a thought crossed to my mind. The hell with it all. Forget about the bus behind me. The fact it was winter yesterday and summer today. I wanted to rip off my itchy sweater and just accept that this is actually happening. Everything is as it should be. All this is for the best. Would you happen to know? You should go to our camp leader. She'll tell you everything. Look. You go straight ahead to the square, then turn left. You'll see several small cabins. She pointed at the gates as if I knew what was behind them. What the fuck? You may say it is a patronymic, a derivative of a person's father name, in this case Dimitri, but by reference after the person's first name as a sign of respect or formal address. Well, you can ask someone where Dimitri's cabin is. Okay. Got it? Of course I didn't! Well, I've gotta go now. The girl waved her hand at me and disappeared through the gates. Seemed as if to her I was something ordinary. And all the show with the bus and travels while awake or asleep were troubling only me, while everything here is just the way it is supposed to be. Camp leader, pioneer uniform. Why are they doing a historical reenactment here? I hope I won't find Lenin standing atop an armored car in this square. But even that would not surprise me now. Just standing alone for a while and head into the camp. Alright, I'm gonna stop it there. Save the game. Oh shit, that's a lot of empty slots. Save. Okay. Back. Alright. Thank you guys for watching this. It's pretty good so far. Like, I like how you can like skip ahead and go back to like reread. I just noticed that. But yeah, it's all pretty good. I like it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll upload more probably tomorrow. See ya.